I lead a work package which is about synthesising the outputs of the various modelling groups that are involved in the project to answer some of the bigger questions about how we should manage land and climate change and food production, and looking at the interactions between these things. And I also lead an integrated modelling technical group which does the nuts and bolts work of linking the models together. Some of the bigger questions are, how do we meet targets for climate change and at the same time sustain food production and preserve ecosystems and their services upon which we depend? So for that reason, one of the critical elements of this project is looking at different land use change scenarios and how does that interact with different climate change scenarios. Or turning the question round, if we use a particular scenario for climate change in a particular economic situation, then what are the consequences of that for land use if you simply optimise the land use to fit those drivers? I think the Hermitage project has made great steps forward in model integration. So we've just completed our third complex coupled modelling system within the community integrated assessment system last week. So we've now linked the economic model Gemini to our climate models and the climate change impact model. So that's very exciting. So we'll be able to start exploring that for the first time. And secondly, the integration between the climate change and the land surface has produced some interesting results about how the climate change impacts differ at different levels of temperature rise. By the end of the project, we will have completed a large number of model couplings and we won't have had time to fully exploit them all. And for that reason, many members of the group are hoping to continue to work together to continue to produce exciting and new science about sustainability in the future. I certainly think that the Kyoto Protocol and the widespread consciousness that deforestation contributes to climate change and air pollution has made a difference. We can't know how much that difference is, but I still think that even though we still see these negative trends going on in the world, that there is no doubt that the science has made some contribution to lessening that. And one of the questions that I've looked at in the past is actually how much deforestation is consistent with constraining climate change to 2 degrees above pre-industrial levels. And we actually showed that reducing deforestation rates is absolutely critical to constraining climate change.